Well, this is different. My house, my flat's had an upgrade.
You've had an upgrade.
I have had an upgrade.
New glasses,
New
shaved
glasses.
head.
You've got a different look about you, haven't you?
Yeah.
You look like if we dragged Uncle Fester through a Turkish barber's.
That is a great shout. That has got to be the best comparison Chris has ever done.
You're a pair of cunts.
Hey!
Oh, we can't go with cunts so early on in the pod, mate. Come on. You know,
You can.
etiquette time. Etiquette time. What's up, guys? I'm not going to do
Back
that.
to America.
I'm not gonna
Oh, we
do that.
invited the Yank.
I'm not
Sorry,
going to do
American
that. So,
fans.
welcome back, guys, to Golf Goals and Grapplers, Series 2, Episode 4. Couple of things you might notice is a bit different. One is the bounce of the glare bouncing off Bullis's head.
So shiny.
And the second one is slightly different set today. So we're not in our normal domain. We've switched it up a bit.
We're not hostages anymore.
Exactly. We've just filmed some golf footage, a Break 50 episode, which will be coming soon. So check that one out when we piece that one together. And then we just thought it's easy for us to come and do it here at this set number 2.
You also know that I'm alive because you didn't have to knock on the door and wait for me to answer.
True story.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got him up nice and early to come and play golf. So yeah, and then the next 3 episodes are big. And the reason they're big is they are called takeover episodes. So this is where we put the ball in just one person's court and they have to manage and deliver an entire podcast, their agenda, their setup, their schedule.
I'm worried about this. For
Exactly.
2 reasons.
Go on.
I'm worried because I feel like Chris is going to stitch us up massively somehow.
Why?
Because he's got that in him. He's got that in his locker. And he's been kind of teasing it for the last week and a half, really, about little things that he might do. So I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, but I didn't pour over mine. What I did was with mine was, it sort of just came to. By the way, if you pick that up, that is 2 giant Labradors barking at us. Now the mics are dynamic, so hopefully they don't pick any of that up. But you just never know. Anyway, so yeah, mine just came together in like 30 minutes, and I've not touched it since.
Right.
So equally, you might have poured over it for a few more hours, and yours might actually come together really well. Which brings me on to, who did we decide would do the first takeover episode? And today's first takeover episode is Christian.
Yay. Probably get the worst one out of the way first. The least planned. You said you
not
spent
true.
half an hour. I spent 5 minutes. planning
Oh,
this.
good.
I mean, at least you've planned for a change.
Yeah,
No,
so this
well, I
is
did
gonna go
actually.
well.
I planned a really good start to the pod as well, but because
It's only downhill from there.
yeah,
boys.
well, I don't know if people won't know this, but we need a bit more technology in our life, don't we? Because currently we've got Chris's phone recording the audio.
Yep.
We've got Bullis's phone that's recording the visuals. So we're a little bit lost without them in terms of activity.
What you're saying is we're professional.
We need more equipment, is what I'm saying.
We're going to get some more equipment. We're going to get a proper 4K
Yeah.
digital SLR camera to do some filming.
Which is why Chris has put the Prime up there to see if we can get a deal.
We're going to get a proper podcast studio.
They just happen to be there. I mean, and logo facing. So I didn't know. That's just chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just chance.
So, Christian, I am very, very intrigued because historically, you are the most least prepared person on this pod by some distance.
Yeah.
So, you going first, you've got to set that bar. So, I'm really looking forward to this episode.
D. Ream once said things can only get better.
Oh my God, how old are you? D. Ream.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly, this is the problem.
This is the dynamic in the room, isn't it? All right.
Things can only get better.
Oh, I know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it my sultry tone or was it just...
Perfect.
Yeah,
It's perfect. So, what I was going to do at the start, I will explain a little bit what I was going to do, and I'll save it for a later date. But have you ever seen Michael McIntyre's Saturday Night Show where he does the centre wall?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I've fucking seen that,
Have
yeah.
you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was going to do is get you both to send a particular message to all your contacts in your phone, but I was going to let you have 5 vetoes. So you could take away 5
Right.
people.
Right.
And it wasn't going to be anything super bad.
Let's just bear this in mind, right? So I've had iPhones since the iPhone 3, and therefore, every time you get a new phone, everything just transports across.
Amazing.
So
Even better.
my phone, I also use as a work phone. So there's absolutely no way that I would be doing this task. So that's shit straight away. I've got like 600 people in my phone book, and 400 of them I haven't spoken to for years.
That's what makes it brilliant. because then it's wondering what response they're going to give back.
Yeah, but on the McIntyre episode, you know the famous person that's going to that episode is taking people out their phone.
Yeah. Well, this is why I said I'd give you
Absolutely.
5 vetoes, so you could take your boss out of it, or you
I'd
could
need
take
fucking 500 vetoes.
People out.
500 vetoes. You could take out those. So luckily for you boys,
So what was said message going to be?
I've got it actually. No, I'm going to save it though because I think it's something that we can maybe circle back on in the future.
Do you really?
Yeah. So I'm going to save it. So I'm not going to do that now. I've got something for the end of the pod instead. So I've split my pod into 2 separate agendas and sectors. So the first sector.
Can I stop you for a minute?
Go on.
I love how you're so fucking serious when you're describing a pod. I set this out into 2 separate agendas.
I'm just ultra professional. I don't know what you want from me.
Do you know what Christy said, which was the funniest thing that happened at golf today was, do you know which club I haven't hit today? My 8th iron. The 8th club. Like we was playing in 1880s and we was playing with old Tom Morris.
I just wanted to take it back to your childhood, boys. Is that all right?
The 8th club. I've not hit my 8th club today.
I don't know why I went ultra posh on that one.
And now I'll hit my 9th.
Yeah.
My 9th shot of the hole. Okay, so the first stage of my pod, sector, agenda, whatever you want to call it, we're going to do a watch along again
Okay.
because this is a theme of the moment,
Right.
and we're going to go back to 2005, and we're going to comment on the famous Istanbul game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
So, what I want to do before we do that
Yep.
is I want to set you guys a little bit of a task. Can you name both starting lineups for AC Milan
Okay.
and Liverpool?
Okay.
You can pick who you go first. You want to go AC Milan first?
Yeah, that was some team on it in
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
And the one that beat us again in 2007, that was some team as well.
Yeah, it hadn't changed much, had it, that team? I think it was still pretty solid.
I reckon I could quite easily get most of these.
Let's start
Go
with
for it.
Milan then. So let's go goalkeeper Milan. Who-
Dida,
Dida,
Yeah. Back 4.
Maldini,
Yeah.
Cafu,
Yeah.
Nesta,
Yeah.
Kaladze.
No.
who was left back?
Maldini.
So the other centre back was Yapstam.
It was Yapstam. Big Yap.
What a team already.
I know, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy good team.
Pirlo, Seedorf, Kaka.
Yeah.
Inzaghi.
Nope, didn't start.
Crespo and Shevchenko started.
Crespo and Shevchenko started, so you're just missing one midfielder.
Gattuso.
Hey, that's it. So that's the Milan starting lineup. Chris, you helped massively there.
Jerzy Dudek, Jimmy Traore, Jamie Carragher.
Yeah. Steve Finnan.
Yeah,
Who was the centre back? Was it Sammy
it
Hyypiä?
was, yeah.
Sippy, yeah.
Harry Kewell,
Yeah.
Yep,
Alonso.
yep,
Gerrard,
yep.
and who started? Did Schmitzer start?
No.
Came on, didn't he?
Schmitzer came on.
I was going to go on to that next. I'll go on to the sub bench next.
Barros.
No.
Milan Barros.
Cisse.
Yeah, Barros started, sorry. Yeah.
Cisse.
Cisse didn't start. You're missing a midfield. Well,
Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia. Ghost goal. Was that the year of the ghost goal, 2005?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that are we missing one more? Or is
No,
that it?
that's your full starting lineup. You've got that.
Great
Do you
stuff.
Did you see that for Halloween? I'm sure Luis Garcia dressed up as Ghost Goal as a Halloween costume.
I
How do
don't
you-
know what you're talking about.
How do you dress up as a ghost?
So he
goal?
was a ghost, and
Right.
then he was kicking a ball in the net.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Ghost Goal. You know what the Ghost Goal is, don't you?
No, never heard of it.
Well, the semi-final against Chelsea at Anfield finished 1-0.
They've got the goal that
right.
never-
Okay, I
that
thought
never
you was.
was.
I thought it sounded like a Brazilian player.
Like a
You remember Goskol, don't you?
Played up front with Pele.
Brazilian player.
You know,
Legend.
Jazzinho and Goskol. Yeah. You remember Goskol, don't you?
Right, go on then. For bonus points, can you name who was on the bench?
Schmitzer.
I'm going Liverpool first. So Smith was on the bench, yeah.
Didi Hamann.
Yeah,
Jibril Cisse.
yeah.
Some dregs defenders that I can't think of.
The next ones you'll probably struggle with, but
Florent Cinema Pongol.
he wasn't there.
Was he not?
No,
Anthony Letalik.
no.
Igor Bischan.
He was there, yeah. Well done. You got two outfield players and a goalkeeper. Who was our sub goalkeeper?
Peggy Affix.
No,
Kelleher.
no.
Alison Becker.
I'm too young to remember this year.
Too young.
Yeah.
So to put you out your misery, guys, it was Scott Carson. that was on the
Scott
bench.
Carson.
The most successful goalkeeper in British history.
Robbing a living since 2000.
I can't believe
Three.
he's got 2 Champions League medals. One for Liverpool for being on the bench, and one for he'll have one for City. What?
Yeah.
When they won as well. And the last 2 that you missed was Nunez, not Darwin,
Yeah.
Oh, his
And-
brother.
Hossamy.
Oh, dregs.
Yeah.
Just dregs.
Before my time.
So before we start watching this, then who scored goals?
Who
Who scored
for?
Milan's goals?
Crespo,
Crespo 2,
Maldini,
and then Liverpool's easy.
Gerrard, Alonso, Schmitzer.
Well
Schmitzer.
done. Your knowledge is on fire today, Bullis.
Because I've shaved my head.
Is that what it is? Is that where all the power lies?
That's it.
Underneath the fluff.
The dome piece.
Right, well, let's get it on then. The highlights, that is.
Planning.
Okay, so watch along is about to happen.
So, boys, where were you when you watched this? Because how old were you? Because it's 2005, so how old were you?
Three for me, 3.
Let's be serious.
I was 22,
Okay.
and I remember being in pub for this, and at half-time we was 3-0 down, so I went home.
Did you?
And I watched the second half because my pub was only around the corner from where I lived, and I watched the second half in my bedroom on my own.
Amazing.
Mate, do you know what though? I was at home. I watched it upstairs in my bedroom, and I threw the TV remote at the TV at half time because I was like, "This is bullshit. This is bullshit." And I remember my mum saying to me, "Oh, don't turn it off. They might come back." And I think at one point I turned around and went, "Don't be so stupid. They're not coming back." And turned out she was right.
You didn't throw the TV remote at your mum, did you?
No, I did not.
I remember
Just
Jamie
TV.
Carragher saying a few years ago, he said this Liverpool team was one of the worst teams to win
Yeah.
a Champions League.
Oh yeah,
He's absolutely right. When you look at this, especially when you look at the Milan team, that Milan team is incredible.
That Milan team is unbelievable. One of the top 5 club teams of all time, this team.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
fact Jimmy Traore got in the starting lineup in the Champions League final is scandalous.
The fact Jimmy Traore won a Champions League is even more scandalous.
God, the amount of people that have won a Premier League or a Champions League that you just would never know.
So did we start with 3 in midfield for this then?
It was like a 4-4-1-1 kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
With,
because it was
Garcia, Kjell behind
Barros.
Pirlo, what a legend.
Yeah,
What a start as well.
I know, 1 minute in.
Maldini.
another absolute legend.
That kit's lovely as well, isn't it? Remember that one?
Football was just better, mate, in these early 2000s.
Yeah,
What? Maybe because we're getting old, but what some absolute teams at this point in the
you look back
decade.
and you look back at some of the teams and some of the players, and you think absolute world class who don't even get spoke about now.
Yeah.
People like Kaka and Clarence Seedorf, and so many people just think I don't know who they are.
Do you remember when Crespo moved to Chelsea for a little bit as well?
Yeah,
I loved that when that happened because I used to love Crespo. I thought he was class.
Chelsea ruining strikers since 2005. Ruined
Shevchenko as well, yeah.
Ruined Shevchenko. Ruined Torres.
Can I just say, do you know, in modern times, I give Darwin Núñez a hard time for being technically quite poor. Jimmy Traore has a Champions League winners medal.
I know.
And he could barely run.
Dying
Like,
out
I'm
on
sure
that.
someone had put his knees on the wrong way. Like, that's the only explanation for someone who could... He could barely kick a ball.
Put his boots on the wrong feet.
What a centre back Hupio was, by the way.
He was all right.
For two and
Loved him.
for $2.5 million, it was an absolute
He's just a
bargain.
beast, wasn't he? Talk about centre backs. Van Dijk this year's back to being a Rolls Royce, isn't he? At the minute.
He's picked
He
up
hasn't been
form a
dribbled
bit,
past
hasn't he?
again.
They nearly scored there at the front
Yeah.
post.
You know when you watch this, like when you watch something like this back, and you think I don't remember that happening
Yeah.
because you haven't seen it for so long. That's a dive as
Diving
well.
bastard.
Cheating cunt.
Who was
No
it who
card
dived?
back then, though. Louis Garcia started. Did we see him?
Yeah,
When we was
yeah.
naming
Yeah, yeah.
teams.
Underrated player, Garcia.
He was
I
class,
think.
wasn't he? Do you reckon this was one of Gerrard's best ever games?
No,
Because he, towards the end, when he was playing right back,
I think the FA Cup final against West Ham the next
Yeah,
season
that was class.
was a better game than this.
I refuse to accept Andre Pirlo in this because he ain't got a beard.
yeah, he looks weird,
Yes.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pirlo.
There's Kuhl going off. You've got to be gutted if you get into a Champions League final and you've got to come off injured.
He's not got
after
the
20
minerals,
minutes.
has he? Gone 1-0 down, he's like, I'm out.
I think it's a hard decision to make for a player as well, though. Like, it's the right thing for the team if you're going to be a passenger.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't think we had the ball first half.
These highlights are looking favourable to us, actually.
I've never watched this back since 2005.
Have you
Have you
not?
not?
Never.
There's a pass that Kaká does.
Here
I
we
think
go.
it's in a minute.
That's nice.
Oh,
though.
he's in. Oh, it's so easy. It's so
It's-
easy.
it's-
Shevchenko made
It
it
was
2-0
offside.
offside.
It's the pass for the Crespo goal. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember that pass.
Carragher trying to reach to intercept it.
Yeah.
Carragher should have just stayed on his feet and could have got back inside.
I reckon if that's VAR, that's really
Ooh.
tight. I know it's tight there, but if VAR's involved,
Right decision, though, for me.
Good finish.
Yeah.
I forgot they could have got in 4-0. Oh, who's that going to ground so early? Was that
Nesta, I think.
Nesta?
Another Rolls Royce of a defender.
Oh, God, he was so good.
Even Italy at that point, like Cannavaro, Nesta,
Oh no! Again, why is Jimmy Traore trying to play an offside trap there?
because it's Jimmy Traore.
Is
But
this the
look at
boy you
this.
was on about?
Traore should be dropping in as soon as they've got him behind the midfield. Traore, why are you stopping there?
Yeah.
You've got to follow, but go back in. Even though this is only 20 years ago, I feel like just watching some highlights, I feel like the quality of the game has moved on massively in 20 years.
100%.
It's got a lot slower. I think this game's a lot slower than. Well, yeah,
Don't know what happened. They must have come out thinking
that's
it's
it.
absolutely...
That's the ball.
Oh, yeah.
and that finish as
That
well.
is lovely,
What a
innit?
finish!
Jersey Dudek in no man's land.
No,
Are you coming out or are you staying on your line? Like, just don't get in between.
Jersey Dudek,
3-0, Milan.
Jersey Dudek of Real Madrid fame as well.
So 3-0 down after about 35 minutes.
I think it's 44.
Is it?
44 minutes they scored that.
Just before half time
Yeah.
then?
What a pass this is from Kaka. Great.
He was a
turn.
great player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's another one. Went to Real Madrid, and I won't say they ruined him, but he just didn't live up to expectation.
I think that happens, doesn't it? Sometimes you move clubs and you just can't play.
Such a
It's
nice
different
finish.
system, different way of living,
Yeah.
different culture. It just doesn't work out for you.
Oh, so this is now the
Second
second
half,
half.
yeah.
About to start the second half and kick off 3-0 down.
I will say as well. I know we're going to come to it. The penalty shootout. There's no way on the face of this planet now Jersey Dudek could get away.
Oh,
with
he
what
jumped
did.
so far ahead, doesn't he? He's not on his
he's
line at
basically
all.
on the
Yeah.
6-yard line. At this point, you're thinking,
Could be
right,
anything.
At this point, you're thinking, like, let's just get a goal and not embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, it's a weird year though because with all the stuff that happened, like you said, that the ghost goal, not the Brazilian, and the other stuff, like you just felt like it was meant to be there, like something was going to happen. I never thought it was going to come back from 3-0 down, but
Well,
you
this
always
is-
felt there was always a chance of doing something.
This is the Olympiacos season as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where
Gerrard scores that,
yeah.
and
There's Gerrard's first
Great
goal.
header. What a
Great
header.
header.
unbelievable. That
That's some header, that, right? Because Dida was a big dude, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it was massive.
So to beat someone with a header from a good 14, 15 yards out,
he wasn't renowned for his heading, was he? Like, that
No.
wasn't-
not
that wasn't his
particularly,
game.
no. Totally unmarked in the box,
Yeah.
though, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
marking's poor.
Great flick. Almost like Dida thinks it's going wide, so he leaves it.
Yeah, it does.
He does. He leaves it,
just,
doesn't
Yeah, there's no trying to get the ball.
So it's 3-1, and something was we're smelling a sniff of a comeback because this is where we started to dominate the ball a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Smith's,
a great strike.
3-2.
As
It's
well.
mad that when
Again-
that sneaks in, you think,
Again,
"Fucking hell."
again, Dida should do better there as well.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
He gets down to it and he gets a hand to it. He should be keeping that out.
Dida saves a pen in a minute, and Milan player should be getting to that ball first as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
at
shouting
that.
for that pen all day.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see that as well? Was it Kaka? It was just like pulling his socks up as the ball rolled past him. Into
Yeah.
Did that clip
Hammam.
off Barros's thigh? Has anyone ever looked at that properly?
I'd be claiming that if I'm Milan Barros.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Do you know what's weird, right? Like I'm a Liverpool fan, right, and I always have been. But like watching this back, like it doesn't do anything for me. Like I just don't care about it.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like some people will be like this brings back so many emotions and all that lot. Like, but I just don't. I just like it's just a game. that
It
we
brings
won.
back a little bit of excitement inside. Like I get a little bit.
Do you know what makes me more excited than this game?
Look at Carragher. For this is a pen, right? Carragher sprinted 60 metres upfield to say, how the fuck is this not a red card?
Yeah, send him off.
and because it's Gattuso.
Good save that by Dida though.
I was going to say, because it was actually a decent pen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
3-3. We're back in it. The
Come on,
comeback
boys.
is on.
I reckon we've got a chance here.
I know, I reckon we
I-
might win
I-
on penalties.
I bet it's going to go pens.
Dudek save it, Shevchenko in extra time though.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say,
Double
that,
save.
that's
Yeah.
the point where I thought
we've won
This is
this.
our night.
Yeah,
this.
you've won it.
100 times out of 100, Shevchenko scores that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Dudek knows nothing about the save
He
either.
just throws his arm up.
Yeah.
What a ping that is, by the way, under pressure for Alonso.
So
Yeah.
we were 3-0 down, right? And it was 3-3 after 60 minutes.
Yeah,
So
3
in
goals.
15 minutes it took us to come back to 3-3.
Was it 6 minutes between all goals?
Yeah, 3 goals in 6
Wow.
minutes.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, they're in here.
I think the game that gets me more excited than this
Go on.
is the
Carragher had a game of his life as well.
4-0 Barcelona game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
4-0
some
Barcelona
comeback.
game, that's amazing as well. Because again, that's some comeback, isn't it? 3-0 down.
And given we were missing so many players, and I think our front three was Divock Origi, Shaqiri and Mane, you aren't meant to beat that Barcelona team 4-0.
Yeah,
I've-
why was Salah out? Was
Injured, I think.
If someone said to you, we're gonna
Cracker's
have
just
to
got
go back into history, and we're gonna have to take one of your medals off you, and we're either gonna have to take your 2005 Champions League winners medal off Liverpool, or we're gonna have to take your Premier League 1920 Premier League. What would you let them take off
Champions League.
you? Same,
Hmm.
All day.
100%.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Won the European Cup, 6 times? 5 times, 6 times?
Yeah, we won the league 20 times.
Yeah, we haven't won the Premier League before.
Same. I agree.
You won,
Yeah, I think
won
you're
the
right.
won the Champions League in what was it, 2019?
Yeah. So are we in extra time here yet? Where are we up to with this?
Yeah, it's just gone into extra time.
Yeah,
Just
we're going
both
to
full
extra time
time.
now. 3-3.
Do you know what other game as well? 5-4 against Alaves in 2001.
That was a great game. Europa League final.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't think beards were a thing back in 2005 because no one's got any stubble. Everyone's
Yeah.
clean shaven.
Yeah.
Weird, that, isn't it?
Maybe they knew they were going to be on TV and thought, I've got to make myself
Yeah.
look presentable.
Is that what you've done?
I mean, half presentable.
If you think about modern day Man City, if Man
John
City
Dahl.
go 3-0 up,
They're not
No.
losing.
you
that
are
game.
dead
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
because you're not getting the ball off them.
No. And if you do end up getting one back, they'll just step it up again.
Yeah. Was Jimmy Traore still on the pitch in extra time?
he was.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Went to a back three, didn't we?
Crazy times.
Oh, did he get a clip on that?
Why did we go to a back three in extra time when we were drawing?
Oh, did he? I think he got a little
I
clip
don't
on that
know.
one to put him off.
So we started playing 3-4-3 or 3-5-2?
3-5-2, I think.
Right, okay. Maybe we was getting absolutely slaughtered in midfield with 3.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember exactly why, but Gerrard went to right. Was it because of that? Because of the 5 in the midfield? He was doing a bit of a wing
could
back.
It could have been, yeah. Yeah,
Because he was up
he's
yeah,
wing
he's
back
there
at the
now.
minute.
Look, he's on the right hand side.
This
that
is
that
one,
save.
yeah.
Oh, my
honestly,
God.
He's just Shevchenko's got to know. Yeah,
You've
this
got
is-
to. That's where Dudek knows something's in the water tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's happening here.
Do you think there's ever been a better double save than that?
Yeah, loads
Yeah,
of
but-
saves better than that.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't know about the
he
second
don't know,
one.
he don't know about it. As good as it looks, it's even better if he knows he's done it.
Hey up. We're off to
So,
penalties.
right to pens.
Pens it is.
That Portugal side was class at the time, though, wasn't it? With
Yeah,
Rui
it was.
Costa, Figo,
Yep.
Deco,
Deco. Yeah, there was loads of
Eusebio.
Pepe.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Jota.
So we're off to pens then. 3-3. First penalty for Milan.
Serginho looks a bit like a
This
young
is where I'm a bit,
Serginho.
like, bit loose on the memory here, like who scores and who misses.
Watch Jersey Dudek. He jumps forward about 6 foot.
Oh, he blazed it.
Blazed it. Top
Serginho
left.
over the bar.
Jersey Dudek dives so far forward, he's on the 6-yard line.
Yeah.
First advantage to Liverpool. Oh,
Great
That's
did
a
pen.
he?
nice penalty, that.
Great pen into
Did
the
he
side
score?
netting.
Yes, he did.
Underrated Hammond, I think.
I don't think he was underrated. I think people rated him. I think they thought he was a
went to
very
City,
good player.
didn't he, after this?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
originally at Newcastle, wasn't he?
Was he?
Went from
Oh.
Newcastle
Yeah,
to
well,
Liverpool, yeah.
yeah.
But that, look how far off he is.
Great save. Palo missed.
If you look at that from, I know they won't show it. If you look at that from the side angle, he's halfway between the 6-yard line and the goal line.
Was it not a rule at the time
No.
No,
about being off your line?
Do what you
no,
want.
Do you remember the Livestrong bands as well?
yes,
Yeah.
And then about 6 different ones came out.
Yeah.
2-0 Liverpool
Giroud
in the
Cisse.
shootout.
That was a confident pen, that wasn't it? Benitez never showed emotion, did he?
No,
He wasn't that character, was he? John Dahl Thomason.
Oh, he just levered it,
2-1.
hadn't he?
at this point, John Dahl Thomason's like, fuck this.
John Anna Risa stepping up for his penno.
Do you remember when I think we've probably spoke about this before. Do you remember when he broke Alan Smith's leg with his strike?
Yes, John Anaris, yeah.
He struck a
When
free
Smith,
kick,
when
didn't he?
Smith was at Man United.
And when Smith charged it down, didn't he? And it just kind of because
Yeah,
he was
I
off the
remember.
ground a little
Yeah.
bit. Just the power because he had a right shot on him.
Oh,
didn't
saved by
he?
Dida.
That's a great save. That bottom
Yeah, it
corner.
I'm sure Dida was like 6'5", 6'6", wasn't
He was a big man, wasn't
he? Yeah. People used to say he used to look absolutely giant in goal. You know, like Manuel Neuer. Like,
Yeah.
They look massive.
he? Yeah.
Can you
Oh, here
remember?
we go. Wobbly legs by Dudek.
Yeah, pen that. Look at Dudek's.
Look at where he
They're
ends
pretty
up.
much beating each
It-
other
look-
by the time. He struck the
It's
ball.
madness, isn't it?
Schmitzer with that formidable forehead.
I tell you what, Carlsberg is a great sponsor on the front. It looks mint. I think
It's vintage, isn't it?
it's very nice. Always like the Carlsberg sponsor.
They turned us over 2 years down the line, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, massively. We'll watch that one. Oh,
Good
nice, cool.
Well, arguably, we had a better team, but we just couldn't finish the game off.
Yeah.
Because their
Was that
team,
2-0? Did we lose 2-0 that
I
one?
think it was
This is
2-1.
it. Shevchenko must score, otherwise Liverpool are the Champions League winners 2005.
Look at Dudek. He's
There
loving
he
it.
is,
Isn't he?
man games.
There you go.
There
Good
you
luck,
go.
mate.
Take that ball.
Hey, have that.
I'd just be like, nah, leave it there.
This was a shit pen, this from my memory. Didn't he try to dink
I think
it?
he's trying to dink it in a minute. Just puts
I
a
think
big
so,
palm,
yeah.
doesn't he? Ah,
That's such an awful penalty. You
It
really
is,
That's
yeah.
it. And do you know what? I disliked what Carragher did here. Carragher just don't even just fucks off from the keeper. Like, don't
Yeah.
go to Dudek.
Yeah.
All about him, innit?
So if you're watching Jamie, you were a
Yeah,
cunt
he thought
then.
he was bigger than the club back then.
Do you know what else I've noticed as well about 2005?
Go on.
Not many people had tattoos. And I've only just noticed that because Shevchenko had one on his upper arm. But now,
Yeah, Kuhl had one.
every Tom, Dick and Harry's got them, haven't they?
Yeah.
When it comes to football,
Yeah.
they've most of them have got them.
It's quite fashionable to have your neck done nowadays, I've
Yeah.
noticed, amongst the generation below me. Like, a lot of people have got all their neck tattooed, and, like, in later life, they're going to regret that.
Yeah.
How many do you reckon left the stadium at half time?
Oh,
Quite a few.
tons.
I remember watching this, so at this point, we'd won the Champions League, everyone was celebrating, and I said at the time, I never thought I'd see this, because obviously when I became a Liverpool fan, Liverpool was in the doldrums, mate.
Yeah.
They were finishing 8th, 9th, they were never in the running for anything. They'd win the odd League Cup every year, now and again, but I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime, and I've been fortunate enough now to see 2 of these in my lifetime. 05 and 2018.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good nostalgic look back, that, Christian.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching that with me, boys.
You're welcome.
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't really have a choice, but you're welcome.
Yeah, bit of nostalgia. Yeah. You've always got a choice.
Well, it's your pod, mate. So
Yeah, but you could have gone.
no, I
What,
mean,
just left home?
Yeah,
Gone-
left it to 2 of us.
Yeah, great.
well, no, you'd have even less watchers.
Let us know in the comments what you think, if you've got a better Liverpool game that
Oh,
you've enjoyed.
Or
Yeah.
or a better football game in general that you think we
Oh,
need
there's
to
loads
check
of
out.
better football games than that in
Or-
general.
Name one.
When I watched Liverpool beat United at Old Trafford 7-1,
That was
7-0.
7-0, yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched Man City twice beat Man United at Old Trafford 6-0, 6-1, something like that.
Are they,
All
are
of them
they,
are my personal faves.
are they better games, or is because it's Man United getting
Just
pumped?
because Man United getting absolutely slaughtered.
It's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were to think about a Liverpool game, 2 always stand out to me, and it's the 2-4-3s against Newcastle.
Yeah, they're great games then. Fantastic games.
What
Way before my time.
is that? Is that the end of your first half? Is that first half?
That's the first half done, lads.
Yeah.
So we'll have a short break and we'll come into the second half.
Okay. Do you want me to... I'll need to edit in a little intermission, like diddle, diddle,
You
diddle,
said you was doing that last
diddle.
time, you didn't.
Yeah, I know, because I couldn't be asked.
So I guarantee we'll listen to this when it's
Honestly,
fully
mate.
edited. It will be there.
So for people that are listening to, or that have hopefully by this point listened to Series 2, Episode 2, which was audio only because Bullies can't press record. So we did an
Whoa,
audio
hang on.
only.
Name and shame.
Hang on, no, I pressed record. We couldn't get the link because of copywriting.
No, you didn't press record, mate.
You didn't press record, mate. Otherwise, we would have had us watching the Rumble, but you didn't press record.
Oh, they're not.
Oh, did I not?
It's got a
Alright.
short-term memory, hasn't he?
Oh,
So yeah, like, please, I don't want people to underestimate the amount of editing that goes into these episodes. It's particularly the watch-alongs, because I've edited out like half an hour worth of flat spots.
And up to now, it's all been Chris that's done all the editing. So.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I've read that you don't have to really do a lot.
Yeah, same, mate, yeah. Not very time-consuming at all.
No.
So yeah.
Right, so we're going to the second part of my pod takeover.
Welcome back to Christian's takeover.
The second segment
second
is
segment.
is about to start
Yes. So this is something
with
that I've
his
been wanting.
8th club.
Are you still talking? Is it your pod or my pod?
Are you still
I'm
talking?
gonna shut this shit down. This is something that I wanted us to do for a fair few times.
Put our keys in the bowl.
Finally
been
finally get around to asking us.
Yeah, I've been asking for a fair few months
He's
now, and you boys
plucked
have
up
always
the
said no.
courage. He's plucking up the courage.
I'm not going to say JLS.
I've already got us tickets, boys.
Great. I'd be up for that.
Oh, by the way, I know I sent it to you boys in the group, but Aston trying to do his backflip and just
Saw that.
fell.
Brutal.
Madness that.
It looked like the step that he tried to push off gave way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll
If,
crucify
if
him.
he'd have turned 10, 15 degrees more, he'd have snapped his neck.
Yeah,
Luckily, he landed on his shoulders, which is the
he
broadest.
didn't really
line.
get going. He didn't really get going, did
Nah.
he? So poor Aston from JLS.
Terrible.
So yes, I want to talk about sporting scandals
Sporting scandals.
Ooh. Okay.
because I think some of the scandals absolutely fascinate me, and some of the things that sports stars do fascinates me because I think you've got everything at your disposal. Why do you need to go and do that or do this? So, for example, like the Tonali betting, or like Tony and he's betting. Like now you're banned from football.
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need that you need to go and put some bets on?
Yeah.
That's against the rules that you know is against the rules. Why do you feel you have to be in that position to do that? So those types of things fascinate me, but also bigger than that. So, for example, the financial fair play for Man City,
Yeah.
those 115 issues that came through, and then nothing's happened with it.
Yeah.
But yet there's talk of Everton getting I think a 15-point
Yeah.
deduction or something for their breaches. So
Yeah.
all this type of stuff just really fascinates me. So I thought we'd divulge into a bit of scandals.
Biggest one for me, and I think I mentioned it on a previous pod. There is a documentary on Netflix about corruption in FIFA.
I seen episode 1 of that.
There's 3 episodes of that, and that is just corruption on the highest scale possible.
Yeah.
So that one sticks out for me. How like the whole World Cup process is just steeped in like people buying votes.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one was I watched a documentary again. I think it was on Netflix. Was just around the whole Serie A scandal, where
Yeah.
people were getting the refs in their pockets and all that sort of stuff. So that was mad that you could think that would go on in modern times, because the Serie A was late 90s, and obviously the FIFA World Cup votes when people voted Qatar, all that was like only 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
It's only like now though. In 2034, Saudi Arabia will host the World Cup,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
again,
And you all know why.
yeah,
money.
Yeah.
no one could do anything about it.
No,
Yeah.
because there were. I think it was meant to be Italy and Turkey that were going to go for the World Cup as a joint bid in 2034, and conveniently they both pulled out.
Did they?
I wonder
Or do you
why.
think they were paid a massive amount of money from the
To not-
Saudi
to not
Arabian
go for
government?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, even you go back as, like, for example, Maradona, Hand of God.
Yeah.
Those types of things, those things that have happened in sport that have changed.
Rio Ferdinand's 9-month ban for apparently, I didn't have my phone, I missed the drugs test. No, you were out last night sniffing cocaine, you got pulled for a random
Yeah.
drugs test, so you fucked off.
Yeah.
Let's not make any bones about
Yeah.
it.
100%.
I've heard him try and explain himself on other
Yeah, Rio.
podcasts.
Yeah.
And on Peter Crouch, I was genuinely at dinner and I looked down at my phone and I had 3 missed calls. No, mate. You was on the Chaz. You tried to hot step it out of there.
100%.
Nah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
there's loads of men that they've always blamed it on, they've taken their wife's medication or they've done this by accident. And you think, no, you haven't, mate. You've just been caught. Like, because didn't Colo Torre say that? Do you remember when Colo Torre got drug
Colo
tested?
Torre got done. Frank de Boer at one point got done
Did
for something in his shampoo. But even then, I know we're talking about, this is primarily about football. Boxing is one of the biggest sports with things like this, where it comes to failed drug tests and all that shit.
Yeah.
Conor Benn got done, apparently because he
Gillian
ate too
White.
many eggs. No, he didn't
Too many
eat
eggs?
too many eggs.
What? Is that even a thing?
Someone's like, oh, someone's put it in my whey protein. It's got traces of like anabolic steroid in a protein. Like, no, it hasn't.
A guy, Robert Hellenius, who fought Joshua at short notice, he got done for drugs.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Jarrell Miller, who was meant to fight Joshua, got done for drugs.
Yeah,
Why do you think they feel the need to do it, though?
Because
to
they
give
want an
themselves
advantage.
that edge.
And they're just hoping they get away with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be trying to cycle on and cycle off so that when you get tested for a fight, they'll have been off it long enough for it not to be in your system. That's why you only ever find traces, because they'll have been told, as long as you don't do it 12 weeks before a fight, even if you get tested, it's not going to show. And then
Yeah.
you're like, hang on, we found traces, and like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Paul Pogba.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Paul Pogba. Yeah.
Paul Pogba now for Juventus is going to get banned and could get banned for up to 4 years. If he
Yeah.
gets banned for 4 years, he's done. Just
Yeah,
retire.
He's done anyway, isn't he? What a flop.
That's what's weird with So do you remember the big Lance Armstrong scandal, which was
Yeah.
the whole EPO thing? So that was different. So they went taking testosterone and that for strength. They were taking this EPO, which apparently just allows you to have so much oxygen in your blood. You can just go forever. Like that was
Right.
the whole point of EPO. It means you can just go and go and go, and you never fatigue.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why obviously long distance cyclists loved it. But again, footballers, I'm like, well, what is the perfect drug for a footballer? Because if you take in testosterone, then you'll fatigue quite early because you're carrying more muscle, all the rest of it. On the flip side of that, if they're taking EPO like cyclists, they'll have amazing like stamina
Yeah.
on the football
Endurance.
pitch. But like, no, I don't know. Like, what is the perfect drug for a footballer? Because it's quite clear. Boxing, you'd think take some sort of testosterone, increase your power, increase your strength. It's quite natural. But for footballers, what is the perfect supplement? Because I don't know. I don't know what the perfect supplement is.
And that's what I mean. Like, why? So, for example, like the Pogba one, why is he taking whatever he's taking? what advantage is he trying to gain?
No idea.
Because he's a big lad anyway. Isn't he? He doesn't need anything like that. So
I think, as far as he's concerned, he's had so many injury problems in such a short space of time. He's probably thought, if I take this will get me healthier than if I don't take it. He's probably
Recovery.
he's probably been advised by someone to take something and help his recovery.
Yeah.
Than leave it a little bit longer and not take anything, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, well, you might get caught and it might be legal or it might not be legal. So, just be careful about it. And he's thought, fuck it.
That's
I don't
what's
care.
happened with Conor McGregor. So,
Yeah,
he
of course it
he
is.
snapped his leg.
Yeah.
He came out of the testing pool with USADA because obviously they were ploughing him with some sort of testosterone or whatever to recover his leg, so it came back stronger. But then obviously he's had to be off that for at least a year to go back into the pool to test clean so he can fight again.
Yeah.
So it probably is recovery.
Yeah, that because what I always thought was a little bit dodgy as well. You're talking about performance enhancing. So remember people used to always get injections.
Yep.
What was the injection? Like, what are they getting there?
Oh,
'Cause that's performance enhancing.
No, because it was classed as a cortisone injection, which kills pain.
But that's enhancing your performance by killing.
I
the pain.
agree. And there are certain ones that's banned and certain ones that are not.
Yeah.
Like, you used to hear quite regularly, I was injured at half time, so the physio would come in and just inject
give me
me.
job and nick.
And it just get me through the rest of the game.
That used to be rife in the NFL in the mid to late 90s
Definitely.
and early 2000s. It was just rife. I understand why they do it, but then on the flip side of that, I don't understand why they do it, because it's not natural. It's not. You're not proving that you're better than everybody else. You're proving that you can cheat.
I think that's what it is, though, isn't it? I think, it doesn't matter all the money they have, all the fame they have, all the opportunities they have. I think they want to be the best of their best in their sport. And if they genuinely believe taking that drug or doing that will elevate them to the next level in their sport, then they'll take that risk, because that's what they want. They want to be known as this ultimate sporting professional. It's a bit like us in this pod, isn't it?
What?
I'm the one who's just trying to look for the easy route to get through it.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
I was like,
Let's prep.
What, you taking PEDs?
Just to stay awake, mate. Yeah.
Says a lot about the entertainment level of this pod. the people on the fucking pod are taking PEDs to stay awake. Great.
You're really selling us, mate. Honestly,
know.
what a sell job.
I know that betting is addictive. I know it's an addiction. But why do you think sports people feel the need to do it?
I don't know. I mean, you've got the whole, people have quite addictive personalities where when you find something where you get a little bit of a rush, or, when you first start gambling, you might start betting fivers here and there, and then when you're a footballer, you might start putting $5,000 on a match and stuff. I can see how people get hooked on the buzz of winning. I mean, I'll never fully understand it because I don't have an addictive personality. So, I've never got big into betting or going to the casino or that. You'll do it for fun, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Ivan Toney might have genuinely had an addictive personality where he couldn't not bet. Because a lot of people get that way, don't they?
Just bet on something else, though. You still get the same buzz.
I know.
You don't have to bet on the football or bet on something that you can contribute to. You could go to a slot machine or something like that, or bet on the horses.
That's what's stupid, though.
Do it differently.
He's reached the very top of level of professional football, right? 0.01% of people who want to play football reach that level, right? And you're going to play it for maybe 15 years of your life if you're very lucky. Just don't bet for 15 years. Grow up.
Yeah.
Do something else. Go,
It's not worth the risk.
Go fucking ski jumping or whatever. For if you want an adrenaline rush, go do anything else, but bet on football when you're a footballer. You're just
It's
a
daft,
fucking
isn't it?
idiot.
And they deserve what they get, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Do you think as well that obviously he's due back in January? Any less is going to be thought of when it comes to him?
No.
I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole, mate, when he comes back, Because I know there's talk of Spurs were after him and stuff like that, but as far as I'm concerned, is a liberty for the football club. We talked in the last pod about Liverpool not taking baggage players. Prime example, mate. Don't take Tony.
Yeah, I think you can never, say, if he has got an addictive personality, you can never say never, can you? That he's never going to be in that position again.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, I saw him linked with Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea. Big clubs want him because they know what he can bring on the pitch. But when it comes to what he can bring off the pitch, is that investment worth it?
No.
And that's the problem, because if he has got an addictive personality and he has got an issue which isn't fully under control, if you give him more money, he's going to do the same again.
I know. And the issue you've got now is for Tony is he was knocking on the door with England. He was probably knocking on the door of a move to Arsenal, was sniffing around him.
Yeah.
Then Spurs was sniffing around him. But for those big clubs like Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Man City, everything's a PR exercise. And he would look bad on that football club. So he's essentially shot himself in the foot because he's probably not going to get a big move now. So he'll either stay at Brentford or he'll start slipping down the leagues. And you just think to yourself, it's your own fault.
Yeah. Or they'll always be around those sort of the Palaces. Do you know what I mean? He might get someone like the Villa.
Yeah.
Even maybe Newcastle.
Do you know what as well though? I mean, he was at Newcastle at one point
He
earlier.
was, yeah.
If he stayed at Brentford, it wouldn't be a problem because he'd be the biggest fish in a small pond, and he'd get money, and he'd probably still get picked for England
Yeah.
because besides Harry Kane,
I don't think he's getting picked for England now.
No.
do you not?
No. It's too much. It's even bigger around public relations than it is for a Premier League club,
Yeah.
England. You cannot be seen to be... England cannot be seen to be rewarding players for breaking the law at England level.
Yeah.
Like, there's also political issues with England squad as well. You know, back in the day, you had like Terry, who was claimed he was being racist to Anton Fenn and stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays, he won't get nowhere near the England team now.
No.
It's a PR machine.
But then you look at, like you said, I know again this is back then. Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test as soon as he came back, got picked for England.
Yeah, nowadays it's too much of a PR machine now. I don't think you would. I don't think that Tony's getting anywhere near that England squad ever again.
Southgate will still pick Harry Maguire.
yeah, he will. Yeah.
I mean, look, some of the people he's called up Southgate recently.
Henderson, Phillips. How are they getting in ahead of
he's-
like Ward Prowse and people like that?
God knows.
Yeah.
God knows.
Crazy.
Rico Lewis.
Yeah, I know.
He's just brought him up into the squad. He's played like twice this year.
I know. They've just called Cole Palmer up there, aren't they, because of injuries? Good player. I like Cole Palmer.
Where's
Getting
Sterling?
At least he's getting game
He
time.
needs to be in it. They asked Southgate about where Sterling. Literally, a journalist was like, "Why Sterling? Like he's been playing class for Chelsea."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh well, we did real well without him the last two international breaks, so I ain't gone with him." Something's gone on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
They've had
hasn't been a fan for a long time, has he?
Ben White hasn't been picked for an England squad since he left the World Cup.
Wild, innit?
And I mean, Ben White, look, he's done well at Arsenal as a makeshift right back.
Yeah.
He can play centre back. He plays regularly for Arsenal, but yet doesn't get picked.
Yeah.
What if I'm James Ward-Prowse? I retire from international football.
That's what Carragher did, didn't he? They didn't get picked.
Yeah.
He retired from it.
Just retire.
Yeah.
Last two bits on scandals then. So
Yep.
what's the biggest scandal that's happened in wrestling over the years?
What, biggest on screen or biggest off screen?
The biggest legitimate scandal, not a one that's been put in as a script, something that's happened that's...
Oh well, there was a steroid trial.
Was there?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, back in the early 90s. Vince McMahon nearly got done by the US government
yeah.
for the steroid trial and apparently distributing steroids to wrestlers and stuff, which never got proven. Shitloads of creatine and supplements and all that kind of stuff. The biggest thing for me when it comes to wrestling is there were so many people who take chair shots to the head unprotected and just get smacked in the head with a chair, and then they often wonder why they do certain things after that. So, prime example, I know we've taken a piss about it a couple of times, but
Mascot.
Chris Benoit,
Oh, mascot.
multiple times, he's landed on his head, he's broken his neck, unprotected chair shots to the head. He was probably on the gear. If not, he was taking something else.
Persistently on the gear for 20, 25, 30 years.
It looks rough as hell,
and there's
doesn't it?
no wonder. I'm again not condoning, certainly not condoning what he did. There's no wonder why he went off the rails.
He snapped.
You can so there's a documentary that covers a lot of different scandals in wrestling called The Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah,
And they looked at the Benoit incident, and they after they did a post-mortem of him after he hung himself, they did an autopsy of his brain, and they said that from multiple impacts over 30 years of wrestling, he had so much brain damage. He had like the brain of like a 90-year-old man with dementia. That's what his brain looked like. So although what he did was horrific, people was like, his brain was fried from all the headshots.
He wasn't
and
all
him.
there, was he?
Yeah, no. And obviously something snapped that day. So
Do you know what I find really
multiple
interesting?
things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what I find really interesting as well, though? Like, there was a campaign, wasn't there, to stop heading in football?
Yeah.
You know, for like
Yeah.
grassroots football and bringing stuff up.
Yeah.
Yet there's UFC. There's
Yeah.
wrestling where you're like getting hit with objects.
I know.
There's all these things and think, oh, we'll stop people heading the ball. Like,
I know. And
really?
rugby union have gone too far with protecting
Yeah,
the head. Like you can barely go anywhere near him now, and there's a penalty and a red card, and you're like, it's
Yeah.
killed the World Cup.
Yeah,
Going back to your original question, if you like wrestling, the two biggest sort of on-screen wrestling ones for me is the Montreal screw job, where Vince McMahon screwed Bret Hart in Canada, and then the whole backstage reason behind that. That's quite interesting if you want to watch that. The other one was the curtain call where they broke kayfabe.
yeah.
And three heels came. Three people were leaving for WCW, and then Triple H ran out as well, and they all sort of they broke like the unwritten rule in wrestling, which is you don't pull back the curtain, and they all was like mates and hugging, and it was like all the crowd was like, hang on, these are all their heels, they're good guys.
Oh,
They've all just come in the ring and started because they were saying bye to each other because the next night they're off to WCW, and so that they're probably the two biggest ones on screen.
Amazing.
But there's loads off screen. And I think ultimately the one you touched on, which is on the face of it, WWE, similar to the NFL and other big corporations, will make out that they're against steroids and they're against performance-enhancing drugs and all that lot. There is a program by them organisations to plough their wrestlers and their superstars with performance-enhancing drugs because it improves the spectacle of the league. And I go back to what I was saying, US college, they've got no PED program.
No.
So in US college football, for 3 years while they're at college, they are absolutely ploughed with horse tranquilizers and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Get them massive, and then when they go to the NFL, they're taking all that massiveness with them. You've got 19-year-olds at college that are 6'5", 275.
It's
But,
mad,
and it's all muscle.
Yep.
And they're rapid as fuck, and they can jump as high as a building. Like, it's not normal.
Yeah.
Like, someone's ploughing them with something.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I think that as well.
What I don't understand as well a little bit is wrestling's an entertainment sport. It's predetermined. We know what's going to happen. It's not a contest as such. So why is performance-enhancing drugs such a big issue in that sport
I don't think
compared to boxing where you are fighting it out and no one knows what the outcome's going to be? So getting an edge would make a difference.
I don't think performance-enhancing drugs are as big of a thing now in wrestling as they used to be.
Yeah, I agree.
It's more pain medication
Yeah.
Yep.
because they bump after bump after bump, night after night after night, 300 nights a year sometimes.
I do think PEDs are still a factor, though, for the bigger guys because you're on the road 250 days a year. You're eating when you can, you're sleeping when you can, you're in and out of hotels, and you're trying to hit the gym 3 or 4 times a week and maintain some sort of physique that looks good on telly.
Yeah.
Do you know where all that comes back from? Is ultimately Vince McMahon was a fan of big
guys,
massive guys, and those were
Just
the guys
like you.
put at the top of the card for the most money.
Yeah.
And I know you're right. The last 10 years or so, you've had people like CM Punk come through, Seth Rollins come through, and all that lot that are clearly much smaller guys. But back then, the biggest guy got paid the most.
Yeah.
Hulk
So that's why
Hogan,
they were all
Ultimate
larger
Warrior.
than life.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
why.
sense.
So, yeah.
Golf. What's the biggest scandal in golf?
Oh, God, it's got to be Tiger Woods, hasn't it?
Yeah, has to be.
Crashed his car when he was chasing his wife or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not
So I
Liv.
don't know. Nah, Liv's not a scandal.
What, the Saudi money?
Are you paid by Saudi money?
I am actually paid by
Yeah.
Saudi money, yeah.
Paid in rupees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad though, wasn't it? How he just
Yeah.
the way Woods went at one
What a
point.
fall from grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's down to the lowest world ranking he's
Yeah,
ever
saw
had.
that.
What's he at now?
Like 1,300 and something or other.
Yeah, he
Bloody
doesn't play
hell.
golf.
No.
Well,
I
true.
know.
Yeah, it's good that he's still in the rankings. If
I
he
think
don't
I'm
play golf.
I think I'm 1,604th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not on today's viewings.
Performance.
It's not.
Well-
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Drake's mate.
I don't think anyone played well today, really.
Nah.
I've actually got a little game for you to play.
Go,
it's
go,
just
go.
a sport in Who Am I? I won the Ballon d'Or in 2001. Who am
Michael Owen.
I? Well done.
Have we got it in the first question?
There's more than that.
All right.
okay.
As of 2022, I have scored the most goals in the history of the Premier League.
Harry Kane. Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer. As of 2022, I have won the most Premier League titles.
Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, good shout. As of 2022, I am the top goal scorer of all time in the Champions League.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. As of 2022, I have the most World Cup goals.
Messi.
No,
Miroslav Klose.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer still, yeah.
In 1997, I became the youngest player to win the Ballon d'Or.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Luis Nazario, Ronaldinho de Lima.
That one. De Lima, yeah.
Yeah.
In 2018, I became the youngest player to win the Premier League.
Trent.
No.
2018.
Yeah.
Man City player.
Phil Foden.
Phil Foden. I am French, and according to Wikipedia, I'm considered one of the greatest strikers of all time.
Cantona. Zidane.
No.
Henry.
Henry.
Thierry Henry.
I was given the nickname Pele in skirts by Pele himself. Who am I?
Pele in skirts. Not Megan Rapinoe, is it?
No.
Is it a female football player?
Yeah.
Is it that famous Brazilian gal? She was one like World Player of the Year. Like
Marta.
70. Yeah.
Last one for football. I've got a US sports one quickly to go through as well. So
Go for it.
with 34 goals, I'm the highest German goal scorer in the history of the Premier League.
Klinsmann.
No.
Michael Ballack.
No. Michael Ballack, 34 goals in the Premier. Played like one season.
I don't know.
It's not that prolific.
It's not Jürgen Klinsmann.
No.
German.
German.
Did he Hamann?
No.
Is it Karl-Heinz Riedler?
No. It's more recent than that. He's only just left. the
Leroy
Prem.
Sané.
No.
Ozil.
Don't know.
Gundogan.
Great shout.
Oh, Gundogan. He's Turkish.
I keep thinking he's Turkish, but why
Turkish,
that?
isn't he?
He is technically, yeah. Okay. US sports stars. So my nickname is King James, and I have a tattoo saying
LeBron
Joe-
James.
Easy start. I'm an Olympic medalist.
Michael Phelps.
A revered UFC champion, and I star in the show Divas. It's the one that made you start watching UFC, apparently.
John Jones.
Ronda.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she's in Total
Divas.
Total Divas.
Oh, gosh, yeah. WWE Divas.
I'm widely regarded as one of the greatest golfers of all time.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah. I won 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls.
Michael Jordan.
Well done.
Not Dennis Rodman.
Just have you got a story about Dennis Rodman?
No.
One that you made up?
No.
In 1933, so back when Chris was born,
Yeah.
I became the first baseball player to hit a home run in
Babe
the
Ruth.
All-Star
Babe
game.
Ruth.
My real name is Terry Eugene Bollea.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I don't even have to finish it. Nice.
What she said.
I'm a female professional boxer and former footballer from Ireland.
Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
Good shout.
My nickname was the Yankee Clipper.
Barry Bonds.
No? No clue?
No.
Joe DiMaggio.
Mm.
I followed my father Rick's career as a professional wrestler.
Bron Breaker.
Your favourite?
Model Rick Martel.
Oh, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking
Oh,
Bron
yeah,
Breaker
yeah,
because
yeah.
Rick Stein is his dad.
Right, last one, lads. My nickname was the Black Mamba, R.I.P.
Fabrice Mamba.
Bray Wyatt.
Basketball,
Oh, it was Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Great.
And that's a wrap.
Is that your takeover in the books?
Yeah.
Boom.
Done.
Christian's takeover is done.
So we'll start with that one because it can only get better. So
Cheers, guys. All
So-
right, we'll see you on the next one.
cheers. Bye.
Peace.
Right.